Welcome back, friends. It's the Halfass Crafter. I'm Laura, the Halfass Crafter. It's Tuesday, 20-minute Tuesday. So we're going to do 20 minutes of crafting fun. Aren't you excited? I hope so. This is my first week at work. I'm not at work right this second because I'm recording this before Tuesday. But we're going to ignore that part and we're going to move into the current present moment for you, the lovely viewers. So for you, it is Tuesday and I am in my first week of work. And I started 20-minute Tuesday a few weeks ago because I knew that I was about to get a new job that could be a bit more demanding. And I wanted to get into an art practice where I gave myself 20 minutes, sit down, do some art. It doesn't matter what. These are very small projects that you can do if you have 20 minutes. To be fair, 20 minutes for me really ends up being about an hour because I have to edit this video and make a thumbnail and get it uploaded and all of that. But that's okay because I do it in 20-minute chunks. So I have a little timer here. I'm going to set it to 20 minutes. We're going to do something fun just for 20 minutes. Let me show you what we're going to do first because I don't want to use my 20 minutes telling you what we're going to do. And then we'll just get started. So I'm about to show you something that is going to blow your minds. If you have been on this channel for any length of time, if not, and you're new here, welcome. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Even if you don't, just give it a thumbs up because it's free and it doesn't matter. Nothing actually matters when you get down to it. And subscribe if you haven't already because again, nothing really matters. So anyway, just my existential dread? Probably. So I have this little book here. A friend of mine gave me some of these. I forget who they're made by. I want to say maybe it's like Simple Stories or something. I don't know. If you ask me, where did you get that book? I'm not going to remember who it's made by. But they go in these binders that have elastic, so you can just slide them in and take them out. But a friend gifted me these. She was like, I don't know what to do with these. So she gave them to me and I was like, okay, well, what the heck am I going to do with them? And they have, the paper in them is actually really good and thick. It's definitely mixed media paper. It's like a pretty hefty cardstock. So what I started doing was I started doing these random collages. And I did use some of my fussy cuts. I would use offcuts of things, whatever. I was just sort of sticking things down, and it's mindless. What I've done every time I've worked on this, what I've done is I've put on, a Netflix or, Hulu or some streaming show. And I have just started gluing things and I just go through scrap, bins or whatever. And I just, glue things. Well, let me tell you what I've been doing. This is where the part comes in that y'all aren't going to believe. I have been saving my offcuts. So if you have been watching my Glue Book Saturday videos, I have a composition notebook that I just started and I put full page magazine pages in it and then I trim those up. Well, I've been saving the offcuts of those if there's anything interesting on them. I know. If you have been here any length of time, you know that I do not save tiny itty bitty fiddly pieces of scrap. Well, I have been. It's been a secret. And then what I've been doing is putting on a show and then just gluing those things into this book. And I did glue, this is a collage soup page that I got that was a printable. I did glue this one in and then I was like, oh, I wish I wouldn't have done that because I kind of feel like this book should just be these things. Now, if you leave me a comment and say, what are you going to do with that book? Okay, let me answer that question right now, once and for all. What am I going to do with that book? My children are going to throw it in the garbage when I'm dead. Okay, that's it. Maybe harsh, maybe a little macabre, but really, that's exactly what's going to happen. We're all going to pass on one day. That's just how life works. There's an end to it. We all have an expiration date. And when mine comes, my children are going to come into this room and they're going to gather up all of my belongings that they can't sell. And they're going to either donate them to Goodwill or put them in the garbage. Hopefully they'll put this in the recycling. Y'all, put this in the recycling, okay? By that point, hopefully everything will be recycled. Who knows? Maybe we won't even all be alive. But anyway, moving on. Sorry about the existential dread. It just keeps popping up. There's nothing I can really do about it. Not sure what's going to happen. So what I've been doing is I take these long pieces and I just lay them out like so, and I just glue. And then I'll cut these off and I'll fill in any, little gaps or holes that I have. And it just kind of takes on a life of its own. So, and then I have the short pieces. These are the short pieces that I've cut off on the bottom. I have these short pieces, which are the pieces across this way on the full page magazine pages for my backgrounds. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue and see what we can do in 20 minutes. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Wow, that's so loud. All right. Are we going? We're going. It's going. It's happening. Oh my gosh. Whoa, what is happening there? All right. I thought that was a different glue stick. I'm not sure what glue stick is which. Laurie, you're wasting your time. Look, this isn't a race. It's the opposite. It's telling yourself, I have 20 minutes to create. So we have 20 minutes to create, and we can create whatever we want, and it's all okay, and it's all fine. And I'm going to create this, and you're going to, maybe you create something. I think a few people sit down with 20-Minute Tuesday and they say, I can do an art project while Laura blathers on about nonsensical things that cause her anxiety. No? Oh, sorry. I thought you did, but maybe you don't. So I'm not going to do anything with this book, y'all. There's nothing special. It's not going in a museum. It's just a book. I wasn't sure what to do with it. And then I just thought this could just be a book to glue in, I mean, it's kind of like therapy, right? You just sort of do it for the act of doing it, because the act of creating does in fact release some really interesting hormones and chemicals in your brain and body. So might as well do it. All right, maybe I think I want this. Yes, okay. So I need to cut it right about here. I don't want to put glue on everything. So we're going to do that. These scissors, I feel like some of my scissors hit this glass mat a lot harder than others. Ooh, I have some wonderful things out for delivery today. Not only do I have some scraper tools, I know, because I still, if you'll notice, well, you won't notice, but the only scraper tool I have right now is this old credit card. But I keep losing my scraper tool. So what I have done is I have ordered a lot of scrapers. I think I got a pack of 4 or 5. So, yeah, I was like taking this into my own hands at this point. But not only do I have some scraper tools that are out for delivery and coming today, I have a really cool, I'm hoping it's going to work. Let me tell you, when you start your own YouTube channel, you spend a lot of money and time. You spend a lot of time thinking and a lot of money trying to figure out how to do things like, it's not going to sit like I want it to, like lighting. And one of the lighting problems that I have is this glass mat reflects my lights. And I've got my lights over there and all sorts of stuff, but it really, it just kind of consumes your whole being for a moment. I think Marcy over at the Cranky Crafter can understand what I'm talking about, because she has been fussing with her lighting since she started her channel. And it really is like a thing, because we're sitting here showing you how to do stuff and it's kind of hard to create and not get in the way of you watching us create. And then some stuff happens like, there's a shadow or, and you've got to there's a reflection and there's a glare. And so you can't see the thing, but I can see the thing just fine, but the glare prevents you from seeing the thing, and that's annoying and frustrating. So, you know, it's just stuff like that we have to deal with. Ooh, I'm putting this one on. So one of the things that I have out for delivery after all of that is a silicone mat, which I'm hoping is matte, M-A-T-T-E, finish and not glossy, because I bought a fancy Tim Holtz silicone mat, and it's glossy. And I bought a rip-off silicone, Tim Holtz silicone craft mat, and it is also glossy. As a matter of fact, I'm 99% certain that they were made out of the exact same material because they are almost identical. So that was fun to uncover, because I paid like 3 times as much for the Tim Holtz one as I did for the knockoff one. Okay, so see, some of these strips are shorter than I need them, and that's where these short strips are going to come in, because I do want this yellow one here. And what's cool is if you've got a background and you're like, oh, I don't know which side I want, the cool thing is once you trim it up, you have those strips on the other side that you can use in this project. Oh, man, let me tell you, this glue stick, it doesn't give you a ton of wiggle room, and it really does. It goes down. When it goes down, it goes down. It's down. It is not playing at all. So don't even pretend. I can't use another of that. I need a darker one. Ooh, what about this blueberry? Ooh, that blueberry's perfect, isn't it? But I want to go this way with it. And these aren't cut straight. You'll notice that some of the tops are at an angle, or, you know, there's always something going on, and that's okay. I don't mind that. You can trim off the parts that are at an angle, or you can just not worry about it. And I choose the not worrying about it option because see my earlier monologue about what's going to happen, what I'm going to do with this book. It's just gonna go in the garbage. Sorry. I know. You're like, oh, but it's such a good use of things. Well, you know, I mean, maybe one of my daughters-in-law will be in the junk journal glue book world by that point, because that's probably how old they'll be. And maybe they'll be like, ooh, look at this scrapbook of my mother-in-law's. I can use all of these bits. And that would be cool, but I'm not banking on any of that, so I'm not. And even if they do that, you know, it's not like, oh no, I need like a blue. I need a bright, ooh, here, hang on. I see a bright blue here. Come here, bright blue. Not you. You are what I'm looking for. Oh, you're really big. I need to trim you to like half of that. All right, hang on. I have these blue clouds. Does that work? Yeah, that works. And that's the cool thing about this is, you know, you're just putting things down. And then you're like, well, what are you going to do with them? You know what? I can do so many things. So what can I do? I could break out my stickers and decide that I want to put a bunch of stickers on here. I could break out like, you know, my 49 and mark it, or my Art by Marlene die cut, you know, pieces of ephemera. I could break those out and put them on here. There's, you know, there's a lot of things that you can do. So don't discount what you can do with all of this stuff. You could do that, but then, I don't know, I don't like the words. Oh, here we go. I've got these small pieces down here. Let's see what I have. Ooh, I have this gold. Isn't that fancy? Fancy dancy. I need bigger scissors. Bigger scissors. All right, and then we're gonna cut it. It's gonna go right about there. So we're gonna cut it right about there. Cool. All right. So you can put all sorts of things. This is, for me, this is kind of like creating a playground to put all sorts of things on that I can play with later. Come on, move, move. Yeah, good job. So that's what I like to do with it. And then I'm just going to trim all of this up. And I'm probably not going to save these little pieces. So what I was doing is, like you saw earlier, if I had like a really long piece, I would trim it and then save it. But I'm not going to do that for these little tiny pieces because there has to be a limit to what you're going to save. Because really, y'all, we could save like literally everything. And we could find a use for it eventually. But as we all know, ooh, that's good. Creating for yourself some, what's the word I'm looking for? Ooh, it just left my brain. How much time do I have left? Ooh, I've still got 10 minutes. We're going to do another page. Constraints. Constraints lead to creativity. And so throwing away your little pieces is giving you a constraint. Keeping all of these pieces could make yourself overwhelmed. So I'm going to tell you a secret that some people, especially people in the selling art and craft supply world, are never going to tell you. And that is, if you are feeling overwhelmed and you don't know how to use your stuff, I would tell you you have too much stuff probably, and you need some constraints, because constraints lead to creativity. And what I have noticed is, for myself, if I have too many things, too many options, too many ideas, I have to constrain myself. So I have to pull it down. I have to say, no, I can't have all of that. Ooh, that's a good one. And I will say, okay, I'm just going to use this art supply, or I'm just going to use this magazine, or whatever it may be. I have a whole stack. I've said this in other videos, but I have a whole stack of fussy cut magazine pages that need to be fussy cut. And let me tell you, I am leaving them alone for right now because I have so many fussy cuts. I'm starting to feel overwhelmed. And I think part of creating is being present and self-aware enough to know when you are, I don't want that color, to know when you are creating havoc for yourself. And if you're sitting around and you've got 18 magazines stacked up and 4 glue books going, and you're like, I don't know what to do, that's because you have way too many options. So cull your options. Just use one thing. And that's kind of what I'm doing here, right? I've got all these strips, and that's all I'm using. I'm not going and looking for fussy cuts. My fussy cuts are packed away. They're over there. Before I even started this video, I put all of my fussy cuts away because I don't want to even think about having to worry about my fussy cuts. And then I'm just going to work on these pages with these strips of paper. And that's it. And that's all I'm doing. And I'm giving myself 20 minutes. And I'm gonna see how that makes me feel. Hopefully the answer is good. All right, I can cut this one right about here. Put that there. I like to mix my darks and my lights. So I'll do maybe a couple of bright light ones. I'll do a dark one. And I'll sort of alternate them. But I just do whatever makes my eye feel good at the time. There's no color theory happening here where I'm like, okay, I've done this and now I need to do this. And this is not about precision in the least. This is just about taking the time for myself, with myself, to sit down and create something. And that's all I'm doing. And I'm just going to use some scrap pieces of paper to do it. I know. Y'all are like, this is not the Laura we know. What's happening? Is it Invasion of the Body Snatchers? I mean, might be. Ooh, I have this piece. I'm going to put that piece down there. And that piece and the piece I just put down are they're from the same page, and I don't mind. But I want to put this down because it'll cover up some of those words there. So I want to use it. All right. I need to pick that back up, put that down. Ooh, my hands are very, very gluey. So I'm going to use a little baby wipe here. I'm going to wipe my hands off. We've got about 5 minutes left, so that's good. We're just moving and grooving over here. This is awesome. Super cool. So hopefully your week has started off well. I will update you this Saturday about how my week is going. Ooh, that's pretty. And we can know how crazy, ooh, that's a bad sound, how crazy my new job is. Hopefully not too crazy. I don't think it should be too crazy, but you know, you just never can tell, man. All right, that's straight, which makes that one all wonkadoo. That's okay. I'm going to cut these. Whoops, there we go. And cut that one. So my husband and I got our pantry all done. And if I remember, I know I'm saying this right now, but if I remember, while I'm editing this video, I will put a before and after picture. The before picture is not my pantry, and the after picture is my pantry, but don't make fun of all of my paper towels, because when we had the pandemic, guess who had plenty of toilet paper and never had to worry about it? This family. Because I like to buy things in bulk so that I don't have to worry about them. Because there is truly nothing worse than realizing you're out of something, like at 10 p.m. at night. And we live like, 15, 20 minutes from town. So it's not like, I can just run down to the store. I gotta like figure things out. I'm not sure I like that. Ooh, you know what I'm going to use? I'm going to use this piece because I have been trying to use this piece for like my whole life, it feels like. And now I'm just going to use it up because I'm kind of sick of seeing it in my stash. And that's the beauty of this project. If you are sick of seeing something in your stash, use it up. Put it down. Be like, okay, you're used up now. I don't have to look at you anymore. This is glorious. This is beautiful. Ooh, what about this dark green? Maybe I go in like that. No, I don't actually like that. Never mind. What about this brown color? Oh, I've done something weird over there. Okay, hang on. Nope, that's not working for me. Let's see if I have, you know what I do? I have that exact same brown piece, just bigger. Yep, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. We're just going to glue it down anyway, and it's all going to be okay. Everything works out in the end. All right. There we go. Oh, this is great. This is so good because, why is it good, Laura? Tell us why. I will tell you why. Because, did I get glue? Yeah, okay. Because I only have one page left. See? It's great. Great news. Ooh, there we go. All right. So there's another one. And then see, I could find a fussy cut and I could just put it there, right? Like if I've got, when I did the not paper dolls video, because we were not doing paper dolls, I showed that big head with the big flower on it. And I was like, ooh, what can I do with this? That's more of like an abstract-y type collage. And it won't really fit, I could give her a teeny tiny body, but it would fit here. I could put just a you know, one head here. You can also, you know, put down whole pages like this and then decide to put in, ooh, that's actually really cool. We're going to do that. Decide to put in strips on top of it. Really? All right, you know what? We're going to do that. And then I'm going to keep going because we got about a minute left, which is fun. So there we go. Ooh, that's nice, isn't it? What about this little piece? Let's do this one too. And see, you can just make abstract collages too. They don't have, you know, you don't have to have a focal point. You don't have to have a person or something that you're looking at going, oh yeah, that's a blobbity bloops. They can just really be super abstract. There we go. We did it. We did 20 minutes of gluing. I'm going to put that right there. Ta-da! So that's what we did in 20 minutes. We made these pages, and this page is like, there we go. We made that page and this page, and we added some stuff on this page, which actually looks pretty good, I think. Yeah. And that's it. And now I've created for 20 minutes, and now I can go vacuum or do whatever I need to do for another 20 minutes. And I've done some creating, and now I feel better, and the world is spinning more balanced. And I only have one page left in this book, and then I get to figure out, how do I want to collage in this book some more? Who knows? We'll see. All right. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you will do the 20-minute challenge. It's not even a challenge, really. It's just finding 20 minutes in your day. You know, you could like get a Spotify playlist that's 20 minutes long, turn it on, and by the time the last song comes on, you know that you got to wrap it up. All right. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that y'all have a wonderful week. I will see you Saturday. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, even if you don't like this video, because it's free and nothing matters. All right. Have a wonderful day.